YOLO victory, so they might as well Farsight too. And they hit Healing Rain.
Healing Rain's decent.
Everyone.
That's, as Neil said, a biggie. Maybe they just wanted to be clever here. Maybe they just wanted to show off that they had got a lava burst.
We have seen people playing Shudderwock have horrible accidents if they mess with the Shudderwock. You don't want to...
You never mess with the wok.
You don't. I definitely don't. I use a microwave.
Yes, indeed. It is the best way.
There's no ooze, or it would have been used last turn. They know it's not available now. Yeah, they're just going to go for this. Go for the Fluktigos and get the damage in while they've got it.
Yeah, this was what I initially was saying. It clears the board. It's demanding an answer from your opponent. You have an ultimate infestation to follow up that's dealing a hell of a lot of damage next turn. Finland and a delighted Orange because he knows how important it was to get that matchup because the matchups did get progressively worse for Sweden as this...
Again, 3-mana 2-2 just doesn't do it, and he's going to go for this potential disaster. That is the disaster. It hits the egg.
Oh, he's not too vulnerable to Deathstalker Rexar, obviously, which, you know, he hasn't necessarily done, but I guess what if Rexar does come down here from their opponents, they're just dead anyway.
Right,
right?
Yeah,
So,
what does Rexar actually
doesn't
achieve?
make any difference.
Crane has 2 health. In fact, Rexar is the only play to heal him back up.
Both worlds play. As this couldn't really have gone much worse.
He lost the taunt as well. Losing the Homunculus. They actually got there!
That was such a close game there towards the end, and it feels like to me, Hungary, I mean, there were a lot of different lines they could have gone for, but I think they realized with that silencing of the Corridor Creeper.
And again, Exeter will be drawing 2 cards and milling 3, exactly the same as the previous turn, assuming the second naturalizer.
Some pretty big burns here. Twig in particular, the Ooze in particular would be a big burn. Elise is not bad though.
A way of removing this Dynamatic. Doesn't really do anything against
the
Controls
Mechis.
anyway.
And it was pretty important actually for Twink and Team Den.
That's
And it goes on twice, so it hurts their own Shudderwocks, but even so...
Oh, but Raid Leader will just about do it. South Korea edge so slowly across the line. You saw the reaction from Surrender when he was like, oh, okay, we've got the right free...
What Netherlands is saying is that, okay, we can't play Valyria this game. We are just going to win conventional Quest Rogue ways and double hand. Oh, that's not a bad mill.
Yep, you're quite happy to see freezing the cube doesn't make any difference.
No, it doesn't. I cannot...
This plan from Italy is absolutely sick. They're not... Oh, are they dead on this turn? Double deckhand.
Oh, they are.
They're just dead.
Oh, God, I got so close.
That was such a cool plan coming out there.
Look how frustrated Turner looks about
Turner
this.
can see it. He knew how close he was to winning that game, and it was such a cool plan as well.
Oh, man. Oh, oh, Turner not happy about that one bit. Okay, so for anyone that wasn't keeping up there, because that got a little bit meta, the cube...
They're ever dying, and this way you have way more damage on board. And it looks like, in one of the most bizarre games I've seen in a long while,
it was Netherlands that was gaining an advantage there.
you want to make sure it's more difficult to remove, but Sorcerer's Apprentice off the top is exactly what you're looking for as Mitsuhide. That's nice too. You take that every day.
This is so exciting.
Wow, those missiles really like not doing what they're supposed to.
Fireballs.
Yeah, you just need board control here. You never get hit with base damage. Ooh.
That's a Luneth. Okay, we are rolling. End their turn, obviously admitting. Well played, says Pool 8.
It's too hard to pass up Giggling Inventor. Well, not going to bounce back the Giggling.
Well, kind of.
Yeah.
That seems fair.
It's instead of doing it, and it just goes from bad to worse.
Make it stop!
All right, Neil, I'm going to ask you a very serious question.
Oh no.
From this point, who do you think wins this game?
So what? Yep, he is actually going to go with the Gaskin joke. And... oh, hurts. It's just terrifying. Insane's eyes have like glazed over at some point in the last 2 or 3 turns. Go away!
But this is now really scary.
5 attacks and 4 things you have to get through, which means they will get lethal unless I'm even a crazy old man than I thought I was.
It looks to me like Ukraine are calculating this one up, and they have found their way through as well. Yep, and by trading in with the face first, somehow, Ukraine have won this game. We didn't count them out too much, Neil, as they do have all of the pieces of the puzzle, and providing we don't see one of the better players in Hearthstone mess this up, this is going to be game 1 to Romania.
Keep my eyes firmly on the screen to see if he does get it wrong, but I don't see why he would. He will have done this a lot of times. He streamed this a lot of times. And the stony face of the team, they've obviously been told, do not speak while I do this combo. And I don't blame him.
I mean, it can go badly if you do start saying, oh no, wait, you need to do this, or watch out for that.
Yeah.
The dangers of this combo are you can burn your topsy-turvy, and therefore you can't actually do the combo on your board, so you need to be very aware of your hand size and what you're bringing back to your hand. But judging by where these arrows are pointing, RDU is making sure that he's not putting too much on the topsy.
And they've done it. We're seeing it from Switzerland's side. So from where they're sat, it's like, oh, I wonder if we're going to get lucky here. But they've already had the high fives in the Romanian camp. And eventually we will see a boar go to face for 32 points. And possibly more, depending how much he decided to showboat.
And it looks like he's just gone the very simple route of 2 16-1 boars. And this was what I was saying. When you are faced with nothing else on the board, the combo feels relatively simple.
Yeah. And it's going to be very hard to deal with.
But not giving your opponent a branching path. And importantly, Romania aren't giving any burst to Switzerland as well. It's just the one card, which, as far as I'm aware, might be something like a Giggling Inventor.
Assuming you played Guy, so there's no wands in there. Was there Moonfire left?
Nope.
So guaranteed to hit them.
And they take the 1 fatigue, which means they
Blow plays is not something that they are going to be afforded as United States finally pop off with that unstable evolution.
Voidlord.
Getting a decent option here. Voidlord is not bad. You might just go straight up for the 10 drop though to try and hit that 12-12 stat line, which is so juicy.
That's definitely being turned into a 10-mana card. Mechasuit. Okay. Well, it's not a 12-12, but...
Looks like, managing to hit the final unstable evolution there. And getting some pretty good outcomes. Be itself with Saranite.
You forgot about the Flame Elemental tower. They get a Flame Elemental.
No, they get 2 copies. Okay, just for 3 6/6s, I guess you take this, huh?
See, now a lower chance than it was before the expansion came out, introducing Mechasuit. There you go. Double Life Drinker from this Shudderwock does spell the end of the game. Kazakhstan take game number 1. It's still looking like a good to play all of those spells now. Starting with the Glyph makes sense to me. Gonna hold back one Sorcerer's Apprentice, okay.
It's still, you have a contingency plan. Will help to swing that around. Is that now just lethal on this turn?
4 spell damage, 9 damage Cinderstorm,
so sick.
10 damage Fireball, and
Easy
7 damage
lethal.
Frostbolt. Yeah, that is definitely lethal. Wow.
That's like basically the Antonidas combo, but like Babby version.
Babby version.
My first Antonidas combo. There, he knows he's got here.
Ooh, that's one
not
of the
bad.
cards you just said.
That's not bad. Which was not necessarily the most obvious of plays, as Gul'dan is burned as well for Brazil. Race cannot believe it. Those were like 2 of the absolute worst burns. He's probably not even going to draw UI, he's just going to get some cheaper card, which becomes a lot easier to play. But here for Brazil, the choice to go Alex Straza here does perfectly allow Race. You can get them down to 7, they can still go double Hellfire.
Yeah.
At 1 health here, Brazil will have qualified through. Hands in prayer there, and Race's prayers will be heard this time.
Look how happy. Relief on Race's face. They have done it. Brazil are now, I believe, the 4th team to qualify to the top 16 with a 4-0 result. What a happy day for Brazil. Akawanda not looking so happy himself. He was not dealt the best cards here that I've ever seen.
Right, it definitely stops those eggs, but there are so many early game targets sometimes.
And by
Is that it?
Earthshocking,
Yeah, it
yeah,
must
if you
be.
Earthshock first, I think you could just Bloodlust and then you get lethal.
27.
Who needs Shudderwalk in Shudderwalk Shaman? You can just have plenty of board control, and you said you wanted to kill people with Bloodlust, Neil. Well,
Next couple turns.
There's still that hero power coming face every
They
turn.
got it.
What? The Malfurion hero power.
Well, Sound Knight just blocked 2 of these attacks.
It does block 2, and Hagatha does heal back up for 5.
Right.
I don't know. Somehow this is starting to turn up for Thailand.
With the spell damage total worked out perfectly for Thailand. They shouldn't have won this game on paper, but hey, this has been quite convincing.
Cards could possibly be left for my opponent, and Blitz not taking the lifesteal there.
Yeah,
Well, it's
too expensive.
Too expensive, I think. I agree. And if it gets Valspined, then oh no, you've seen 2 Valspines. Even so, it's just too slow.
Wow, there you go. Full board clear for Kin there with the Spider Bombs, and this is, oh, Spider Bomb, such a strong card.
As well, this is game over for Thailand. Finally, after a very long.